us in the back lot this morning with some Back to the Future Science Day fun. Good morning.
Hey, how often do you really hear me legitimately go, ooh, that's so cool?
You wanted that pizza hydrator, don't you?
I just did it just a second ago out here. Wait until I show you what we've got to display here today. Dr. Mark Paddock is here today, a physicist by trade, but a science geek and proud of it. You're going to be at the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center tonight for their Night of Science. They do these events that are so much fun, but they're calling this Back to the Fleeture.
Yes.
Get it? Back to the Fleeture? Come on, that was funny. At 6:30 till 9:30 tonight. This is an adults-only event, and we're going to do a whole Back to the Future fun theme thing. Get our geek on with science and have maybe an adult beverage or two, but not you, because you've got to play with liquid nitrogen.
Yes.
So I don't want you drinking.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't drink and levitate at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Should we save that for the grand finale?
If you want.
Okay, what else did you bring today? And just to give people an idea of kind of some of the fun they'll have with science tonight.
So there are a couple demonstrations here. These are demonstrations pulled from the physics department at the University of California. I'd like to just acknowledge a few people who have helped with this. Brad Hansen in physics, Dr. Eric Mickelson, who's helped out with a lot of these demonstrations, and in particular Dr. Brian Maple and his group for superconductors, which will show the levitation effect that was
the
just
hoverboard
mentioned.
is real. You're going to see it here in just a couple of seconds. Okay, what else did you bring?
So here's a coil where I can run a current through it, and here's a ring of a conducting metal. And if you run a current through it, it creates a magnetic field.
Okay.
That magnetic field induces currents within the ring itself, and those currents create an opposing magnetic field. So what we'll see here is that this ring can actually start to levitate as we increase the magnetic field.
It's floating in thin air based on the magnetic field. Is this like the maglev technology that some of the high-speed trains would use?
Basically,
same type of thing?
A common thing between this and the levitation I'm going to show you is essentially that.
Okay.
You have magnetic fields, and that can be used to create forces and can be used to hold things up.
Very cool.
The advantage is you can keep it off of tracks and you can keep resistance to a minimum if you're using it for transportation.
Very, very Back to the Future. Okay, there's more toys. What else have we got?
There's more toys. So this one is just a toy where you can kind of start to talk about relativity. What's going on from your point of reference. So what we have here is a device. I can spring load it, and when it crosses this path here, it will shoot it up and catch it. Now what's interesting about it is we can give this thing a motion, significant motion horizontally.
Right.
Whoops. As long as I keep it on the track, it'll still catch it.
Because the ball in the air is continues to move at the same speed as the vehicle was launched from?
Yes, exactly. Now
I got this. I'm just saying, because I have no idea how the hoverboard thing works. Okay, hit me with the hoverboard.
Well, one other thing I wanted to say about that is, from the point of view of if you were traveling in that train and you saw that projectile shot up, it would be going straight up and down from your point of reference.
Right, if you were looking straight up, that's what it would look like, straight up and straight down. Yeah, it would still be traveling forward.
But from the outside, it has this parabolic trajectory. And so what happens when you start getting close to the speed of light is some really interesting stuff happens.
Are we going to get close to the speed of light tonight?
You can talk about it.
Okay.
That's kind of the point.
Okay, you know the famous hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. Okay, check this out. Okay, explain what you've got here.
So it's a superconductor. I'm going to cool it down with a little liquid nitrogen. I want to make sure it works. So this is just taking it down very cold, about -300 Fahrenheit.
So we don't want to dip our fingers in that.
No, it's okay to touch it a little bit because it evaporates and very quickly. But there's a superconductor I've just wrapped in aluminum. There's a magnetic track right here with a field set up to try to keep this in the middle. And when I place it on top and let it go,
look at that.
It'll just ride along the track.
That's floating in midair. Come on, one more time. Got to do it.
I'll do as many times as you want. I just got to make sure.
Well, I got to go over and talk to our buddy John with his comic books here in a second, but I got to see this one more time. Look at that. Oh, folks, you got to be at the Reuben H. Fleet tonight.
For this
You've gotta
and
be
much
there.
more.
Beautiful. Hey, John Barber is here. John, I'm sorry to have to rush through this,
Sure.
but you're going to be there with. Are you the writer, the illustrator?
I'm the co-writer of the Back to the Future comic. Just comes out today on Back to the Future Day. I wrote it with Bob Gale, who created Back to the Future, with Robert Zemeckis.
So this is the real deal. You're not a guy that's produced a byproduct of Back to the Future. This is real Back to the Future fresh material.
This is the real deal. Find out how Doc met Marty. You get to see some of your favorite characters, some crazy science, some guitars, and maybe a DeLorean or two if we're lucky.
Man, that is fantastic. And you'll be there. Will you be selling these?
Yeah, these will be available at the Reuben H. Fleet Space Museum. I'll be there signing this evening, and I'll be at Villainous Lair in North Park this afternoon at 4 also.
Villainous Lair in North Park this afternoon
That's
at
right.
4. But we're really, folks, we want you to go to the Reuben H. Fleet
That's right.
tonight, 6:30 to 9:30, and enjoy another great night of science out there. Back to the Fleeture. No, it was still funny, right?
It's pretty good. It's
Right?
pretty good joke. Pretty good bit.
Okay, see you there. Go to the website, though, and make sure that you get your tickets ahead of time. You can still get them at the door, but that way you'll make sure that it's not sold out when you get to the door and they go, hey, no more room. You don't want that to happen, do you? All right, coming up here.